In a previous video, I told you guys that I was looking into getting a new car, and I did end up going through with it. I did end up trading in the red Corvette, not really any loss there. We never really did too many videos on it. Since I've moved to Illinois, I've thought about what am I gonna do for the hotter summers and the cold winters, and so that means that I need something with AC. The AC didn't work in the Vet, and then it's not very drivable in the winter. So after looking around for a little bit and seeing what I wanted, and seeing the huge aftermarket support for Jeeps, I got a Jeep. I thought that this would be an awesome car that I could daily, no matter what I do, it'll still be dailyable and I'll still be able to drive it in the summer. So what I got here is a 2017 Jeep Wrangler 4-door. Of course, I had to get it in purple. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a little bit around the car. It is very stock right now. I do already have some parts, and then more parts are coming in tomorrow. So some stuff will be going on it almost right away, and then other things are gonna take a little bit longer since they do cost a little bit more. First thing you're gonna notice is the very stock wheels and tire package. I figured there's no reason to get any upgrade there if we're gonna be swapping it out. Suspension, we're gonna be doing a lift. We can show you inside. Not really anything too special. I got an automatic because I want it to be dailyable. I'm really kind of tired of driving manual everywhere, and the novelty is gone since every other damn car I have except for the Cressida is manual. This is obviously my first brand new car, and this is a really big purchase for me. So obviously I didn't ball out too hard. I got some cloth seats, I got the leather wrap steering wheel. I wanted to go with the hard top. That's just because in the winters and everything, I think the soft top doesn't have very much insulation. I heard that these kind of suck too, which is okay. I'm sure there's some kind of inserts that you can put in here that add a little bit more insulation. I also don't like the fact that this roof is white. I don't know why it's done like that, so maybe I'll get that painted or something. I just don't want it to smell like paint fumes in here. It's pretty much just entirely stock. I'm not used to having such a boring car. It is a good color. I don't know what the color is called, but it's pretty awesome looking. I think once we have a bunch of black accents on it, it'll really kind of make the purple pop and it'll look sick. But right now it's kind of just like a girl's Jeep. But I'm okay with that for now. It'll be sick later on. I also did plasti dip this wheel. I'm really not a fan of the way the silver ones look, so I think I'm gonna plasti dip those. Very ricer of me, but whatever, I don't really care. It's just a temporary solution. I also thought about getting 35s for these wheels, just as a temporary solution as well, just so that way I have a little bit of a more aggressive tire. Since I can get them for pretty cheap, because eventually I'd like to do a 4-inch lift, 37s, and then a bunch of other exterior modifications. But like I said, that's gonna have to wait a little bit. It's not the cheapest to do that kind of stuff, especially 37s. It takes a little bit more modifications than 35. So all of that will be in good time. I hope you're happy with my new purchase. I won't really be in too many videos until we start getting some parts in. Obviously, I haven't been in the off-road scene for very long, and I know everything that I want to do to this Jeep except for wheels. I don't really know what wheel companies are out there besides like Fuel. I don't know what's quality and what's not. So if you guys could either DM me or put in the comments below what are some good wheel companies for off-roading. So there's not really much more to talk about besides the fact that I like this thing. I'm happy with my purchase so far. It's a really big investment for me, but I think it'll be good in the end. Figuring this thing does have AC, and I'll be able to fit more people in it. The only other 4-door car I've ever owned was the Cressida, and obviously I'm not going to be, trucking around people in that thing. This thing also has the capability of towing, just not very much. I probably couldn't tow a car, but I could at least tow, parts or whatever, I don't know, spares or something, I don't know. I could probably do a car with a tow dolly, but after I do wheels and tires, it's probably a little bit more unlikely that it'll be able to tow it. These things do have a very poor towing capacity, about 3,500 pounds factory, and then I'm sure with a lift, bigger wheels and tires, even after gearing, I'm sure it won't do very well. This thing has 148 miles on it. I bought this thing with 30 miles on it. I drove it almost 100 miles the first day, and then I haven't really had a chance to drive it at all except for, I think, 2 days ago when we were getting parts and we went to like Harbor Freight, and that's it. I did get a very base-ish model, and that's because we're probably going to be replacing a lot of the stuff that the higher models come with, like the suspension. If I were to get the Rubicon, it's like you get a different axle, and I think that's the only thing that we'd end up keeping. Other than that, the only thing that would be cool, that would be worth keeping is the hood, and it looks awesome, but it's not worth, you know, whatever the extra amount of money is. Obviously, you'd probably have a leather interior or whatever, but that doesn't really appeal to me too much. Especially not for the extra money. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for today. Let me know if you want me to do a video of going more in depth about the buying process and just all what it takes and everything, because it is a little bit more involved than you would think. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you enjoy the new ride, and peace out.